Hi, welcome to the TheGymbox cycle. I'm Ashli. Let's get started. This is a 30-minute cycle class. Hopefully you're already on your bike. If not, jump on. Make sure that your bike is set up correctly. Otherwise, you're going to feel some pull in your lower back and you're going to put a lot of pressure on your knees. So you want to make sure that your elbows are just soft, that you're not having to reach for those handlebars. So elbows just soft, roll those shoulders back. Now, as far as bike or seat height, you want to make sure at the bottom of your pedal stroke, your knee is in line with your ankle. You should be able to see your toes. So if you cannot see your toes, you need to bring your seat up just a little bit. Knees are just soft at the bottom, like your elbows. You're not having to reach for the pedals at the bottom. Knees just soft. All right. So, you ready? We are going to hang out in a zone 2 today. So what that means is we're going to keep our heart rate down. You and I should be able to have a conversation just like this the whole time. Sounds boring, huh? It's not so efficient. A lot of people skip this zone. This zone is an awesome fat burn zone. Most of your calories, your energy source is coming from fat. So this is where we build our base. We want to bring this zone 2, make it higher so your other zones are more efficient. They grow. For example, when you see a lot of runners, people that are running all the time, doing marathons, and they're a little bit heavier, they're not losing any weight, they stay the same, and you're thinking, they're working out all the time, what is going on? And they're probably thinking the same thing. What's happening is they're hanging out in too high of a zone. Their heart rate is too high during their workout, so their energy source is coming from the sugars. They're not tapping into the fat zones, into your fat source, so they're staying the same all the time. They need to hang out in this lower zone to burn that fat. So that's what we're gonna do today. It takes some patience, and especially if you're used to bringing that heart rate up, becoming breathless all the time, you're gonna have a hard time with it. I'm gonna tell you right now. But I promise you, if you hang out in this fat burn zone, this lower zone, twice a week, you're gonna see some huge changes. Yes, you gotta do those other zones, absolutely, but to hang out in this twice a week, you're gonna see some changes and you're gonna see them fast. So, what do you say? Let's turn our resistance up just a little bit. Now, I want you to make sure that you're in control of your pedal stroke. What I mean by that is that those pedals aren't just going around by themselves. You should feel the pushover at 3 o'clock, and then I want you to think about pulling at 9 o'clock. So you're gonna push here and then pull like you're wiping something off of your shoe. Now, if you start bouncing in your seat, resistance needs to come up just a little, all right? Upper body is relaxed. Come on up. Let's just roll those shoulders back. Go ahead and roll them forward. Let's just get loosened up. Bring those arms in front. Open up your back. Good work. Go ahead, do the opposite. Take your arms behind you. Just open up that chest. Alrighty, come on down. Now, it's natural to feel a little tight the next day in your shoulders and through your neck. It's just the position that we are in. It's bound to happen. But if you're feeling very tight, middle of your shoulder blades, you're probably tensing up a lot, especially when you're sprinting, which we're not doing today. But watch that. If you're feeling that, make sure that you try to stay relaxed. The work is in the legs. Handlebars are just there for a little bit of balance. I want you to try to stay relaxed up top. Yep, let's go. So, heart rate's coming up a little bit. You should feel like the muscles are beginning to warm up. We're just gonna take a couple minutes here, then we're gonna bring the resistance up just a little bit. We're gonna be hanging out, top of zone 2, where you could talk to me. We'd be okay just having a nice conversation, like if we were out on a bike ride. You're working, but it's fairly easy. Zone 2 can be pretty boring. Not gonna be today though. You've got to hang out in this zone. Especially if you're used to hanging out in the higher zones, you'll be thinking to yourself, this is a waste of time. Promise you, it is not. Humor me, do it for a couple weeks, trust me, you will see a difference. Okay, be careful that you're not pointing your toes. You're leading with the ball of your foot. Now be aware of what's going on with your legs. Which leg's doing the pushing? Which leg's doing the pulling? What I mean by that, keep pedaling, is which leg is dominating on that push, the push over at 3 o'clock, and which leg is doing the pulling. It's just natural for one to do the push and one to do the pull. Kind of like when you cross your arms, which way do you go? It's just natural. We're not gonna fight it yet. Just be aware of which leg's doing what. Okay, can you hear the beat of the music? Hit, 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 hit. Hear that? We're gonna try to stay on track with it. So boom, 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 boom. Hear that? Try to get on track. This is gonna be our baseline for the class as far as speed goes. So we're not gonna go faster than this today. We're gonna take the resistance up a little bit, play in that zone 2 a little bit, but speed's not gonna change. I actually have learned to love zone 2. It used to be really hard for me because it's most people think the harder your workout, higher that heart rate is, better workout you're gonna get. Not necessarily true. Yes, you're burning more calories, but calories are coming from that sugar. Now it's nice because I'm always in those high zones. It's nice to just hang out here in a zone 2. Hit, hit, hear that? Boom, 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 boom. We're just gonna keep this resistance for 2 more minutes, and we're gonna take a little turn up. You should be at the top of zone 1. So, feeling great. Not feeling like you're really working out, almost like you're just taking a walk from your car or from the grocery store to your car. You got a couple bags of groceries in your hands. Okay? Hit, hit, hear that? So if you're a runner and a cyclist, same things goes with these tread classes. Yes, it's great to focus on speed, to do that speed work and get the heart rate up, and to do the heart rate training and to go to zone 4. But it is also great to hit a high incline and walk it and stay in that zone 2. So make sure that you're not getting in a rut and doing the same thing all the time. Switch things up. Hit, hear that? Stay with our base. Stay on track. All right, be aware of what's going on with your upper body. It's relaxed. You got 3 hand positions here. We're gonna stand up for part of the class today. Hand position 1 is just here, hands are close. 2 is out. Most of us will be at 2, especially if you ride outside, because naturally that's where your brakes and stuff are. Zone 3, or position 3 is right here. We're gonna be at 2 or 3 when we're standing. Just gives us a little bit more stability. Nice work. You're gonna give me about 30 seconds here. Then we're gonna take a little turn up on that resistance. Hit, 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 hit. So you should be able to feel the push and the pull. Got it? Nice job, you guys. I just want you to be patient during this 30-minute zone 2 fat burn class, okay? Patience. Hit, 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 hit. Okay, we're gonna take a little turn up on the resistance. I do not want it super hard. hit, 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 hit. If you have your heart rate monitor, I want you to take a peek at it. Rule of thumb for that zone 2. Not for everybody, absolutely not for everybody, because everybody's zones are different. But if you have your heart rate monitor, I want you to look at it. I want you to stay under 140. All right? Once we get above 140, generally most of us start hitting the bottom of zone 3. Not always. But if you have it on, you're staying under 140 if you do not know what your zones are. If you know what your zones are, you're staying in zone 2. Hit, hit, hit. Scale 1 to 10, you're a 5. You feel good. Then we're gonna take another little turn on the resistance. Just turn it up just a teeny bit. Push, push. Nice job. Okay, you know how we talked about which leg is doing the pushing, which leg is doing the pulling? We're gonna try to swap that. It's gonna feel a little bit weird, and you're gonna have to be consciously aware of what's going on. So if it was your right leg that was doing the pushing, I want you to swap it and push with the left and pull with the right. Feels a little bit weird, huh? We're gonna try to even and balance these legs out. Push, push. Nice work. Think about it, just be patient. Push, pull. We're gonna hang here 2 minutes. You know how usually in these cycle classes, we tell you, don't think about what you've got to do today. Don't think about anything else except for this workout. Zone 2 is a little bit different. Gives you some time. You can go ahead and think about what you got going on. Work out some problems in your mind if you got some. You know, we don't have problems. No way. Hit, hit. You're focusing on that opposite leg. Keep going. Zone 2 feels like you want to work harder, and you absolutely could work harder if I asked you to. Nice job, but you're not going to. We're gonna tap into those fat stores. Try to burn them. Hit, hit. Nice job. You focusing on that opposite leg? Sure hope so. We're gonna hang here another minute, then we're gonna stand up. Light on those handlebars. Works in the leg. I want you to pull your belly button towards your spine. You can absolutely work your core at the same time here, no matter what you're doing. Weight training, kickbox, cycle, step. You can work your core the whole time you are training. If you think about tightening up, pulling your belly button towards your spine. So why not? Let's hit 2 for 1. Hit, hit. All right, you feeling like you want to work harder? Yep. Good, that's where I want you. You're not going to though. We're gonna be patient. If you are stuck in a rut, you have hit a plateau, you're not changing, and you're not hitting these zone 2s. I want you to trust me. Hit them twice a week, the next couple weeks, along with the other things you are doing. Watch what happens. Good work. Stay relaxed. Okay, we're gonna take the resistance up just a little bit. You're gonna go to hand position 2 or hand position 3. Push up. We're still staying on track. Hear the music? Hit, hit, hit. Good job. Now, make sure that you can feel that seat brushing against the inside of your legs. Otherwise, you're leaning a little bit too far forward. Gotta have you sit back. If you feel a little bit imbalanced here, I don't want you to sit down. I want you to fix your core. Belly button towards your spine. Roll the shoulders back. Good work. Standing takes a little bit of practice. A lot of people don't like it because they feel unstable. So let's work on it. We're gonna stay up 5 minutes, okay? Just nice zone 2. If one of your kids or a friend, neighbor came into the room, you could talk to them. It wouldn't bug you that they're talking to you. Whereas zone 3, it would bother you a little bit that they're even trying to talk to you. Zone 4, you'd want to kick them out. All right. Remember that push-pull we were talking about? I want you to think more about the pull. Lift up, like you're wiping something off your shoe. When you do that, you should feel your hamstrings, your glutes engage. I want you to make that connection. Think about what muscles are supposed to work, and then I want you to feel which ones are. If it's not the ones that are supposed to be working, I want you to try to switch that. Hamstrings, glutes, the pull up. Nice job. You got 3 more minutes here. Piece of cake. On these fat burn days, a great class to add to this would be the weights. Yoga would also be a good idea. Yoga's really great after a kickbox or step, though, after a nice zone 3, because your muscles are super warm. Muscles are warm here, but weight training is a great thing to add with this zone 2. What I know you're thinking, well, why can't I do step for an hour, then do 30 minutes fat burn? You could. Not the best combination though. Especially if you do that step first, heart rate's gonna come high. Then when you're trying to do the fat burn and bring the heart rate down, it has a hard time coming down. It'll keep jumping up and utilizing that sugar. So if you want to combine the two, if you're going to be stubborn, I want you to do fat burn first, hit the higher zone, more intense class after that. Got it? All right, I'm going to leave you alone for 2 minutes. I'm not going to talk to you. What? That's my job. I'm not going to. I do not want you to feel, well, I do want you to feel like you can push harder, but I do not want you to. Be patient. Think about the pull up. All right, I promise, I'm not gonna talk to you from here on out. You got 1.5 minutes, okay? "45 seconds on your own." It's hard for me not to talk. I'm not gonna go. It's about the pull up. 30 more. Hang on, 15. Great job, you guys. Sit down. Hit, hit, hit. You should not have to touch that resistance. Should bring the intensity up just a little bit when you sat down, but not enough to take you to zone 3. If it did, take some resistance off. So that was pretty boring when no one was talking to you, huh? But if you were in zone 3 or zone 4, you would have been just fine for that time alone. So that's the difference there. You need the distraction in zone 2. Push, push. Hear that? Good job, you guys. Hang tight. Okay, I don't want you to think about your legs for a minute. Just naturally let the legs do what they are gonna do. The push-pull will go back to your dominant leg. Now you're thinking about it and it's hard, huh? Roll the shoulders back, open up the chest. Elbows are soft, you shouldn't feel anything in your lower back. If you do, just relax for a minute. Hit, hit. We're gonna hit 7 more minutes in the zone. I'm gonna bring you down. You're done with it. Promise you're gonna be glad you did this. In a couple weeks, if you promise to do it, and I'm wrong, and you did everything that you should have done, you ate right, you did your other zones, you did your weight training, and you added this fat burn, zone 2 to your workout, and nothing changed, you can call me and let me have it. But you gotta be doing your part too, okay? Come on, hit. Let's turn our resistance up just a little bit. Good work. So this is just a 30-minute zone 2 class. If you're asking yourself, could I do an hour? Absolutely. Do you need to? Probably not. Good rule of thumb is about 40 minutes in your zone 2. Sometimes that's all we can handle mentally, especially for those of us that like to push and sweat and work really hard. It's about 30 to 40 minutes, twice a week, right where you are now. One of them can be on the cycle bike, one can be on the treadmill. Nice job, hear that? Hit, 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 hit. You got about 5 more minutes here. Now you should be breaking a sweat. Absolutely. Good work. Now, do you think you've been skipping this zone? Yes, no? A lot of people skip right over it, work their butt off, heart rate goes super high, and then they say, why am I not losing any weight? I'm working so hard. They're probably working too hard. Sounds crazy, but it's true. You gotta bring it down a little bit. The stronger you get in this zone 2, the bigger your zones get, bigger your zone 3 gets, higher up your zone 4 gets. What does that mean? Your body's more efficient, burning more fat than sugar. That's what we want anyway, right? Come on. Patient, you got 3 more minutes right here. Then we'll stretch you out. You're finished. Now, if you want to stand up for the last few, go for it. Up to you. Some people can't handle being on the seat for a long period of time. They have to up and down, and that's fine. Doesn't really change the move a lot. Doesn't change intensity. Has a lot to do with stability and just comfort. So you do what feels right for you. But then again, I also want you to do what's hard for you, so you get used to it and you get stronger and it gets easier. Hang tight, just patience. Don't jump up into the zone 3. I know you want to. We're not going there. Good work. Hang tight. 1.5 minutes. That's it. First couple times you do these zone 2 classes, if you're used to working out at a higher zone, it's gonna be a nightmare. You're not gonna like it. It is okay. You can admit it. I don't like it. I hate it. After about the 3rd or 4th time, you will begin to enjoy it. Maybe. Not gonna promise that one. I enjoy it. I like it now. Come on. So check your heart rate if you have that monitor on, under 140, right? Unless you know your zones. Give me 1 more minute here. We'll start taking the load off. Bring our cadence down. Not even a little push into zone 3 at the end of this. Usually we like to give just a little push at the end. We're not gonna do it. So you should feel like you could go another 10 or 15 minutes. No big deal. Maybe die of boredom, but you could do it. It's not that boring. Come on. Give me 30 more seconds here, okay? Hang tight. So you should feel like you could absolutely do a weight class after this. Be fine, right? You could do a cardio class after this if you're conditioned. Now, if you're a beginner, just starting out working out, this is great for you. This is all you need. And this should have felt good. And this is a great place to start. Let's build our base, get a little bit stronger, then work up into the zone 3, then into the zone 4. Nice job, guys. Take the resistance off. Shouldn't be that high anyway. Come on up. Just roll those shoulders back. Go ahead, roll them forward. You're gonna bring the arms in front. Open up your back. Here's where you're gonna feel some pull if you're tensing up. Right through there. Go ahead, take the arms behind you. Open up the chest, look on up. Nice job, 1 more roll. Bring your hands onto the handlebars. You're just gonna slowly come to a stop. Once you're there, you don't have to be there when I'm there, just whenever you're ready. Push yourself up. You're gonna flex your back foot. Legs are about 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And then you're gonna sit back. Chest stays open. Great work. Let's just swap sides here. Flex your back foot. Now sit into that back leg. Good work. Just help yourself off your bike. If you're clipped in, clip on out. You're gonna bring one leg up. Just roll the pelvis forward. Standing leg stays soft. We're working or stretching our quad. Hip flexor on the leg that's bent. Just roll forward. You should feel like $1 million, yes? When you're ready, switch sides. Really sit, just face front. Give me an inhale. Good job. Exhale down, give yourself a hand. It's hard being in that zone 2. Good work, we'll see you next time. Have a great day.